Let me start with something that might make you uncomfortable. Most people who go broke don't do it because of one big disaster. They don't wake up one morning and lose everything in a single dramatic moment. They drift there slowly, quietly, respectably. They make small decisions that feel harmless at the time. They repeat them year after year, and one day they look at their bank account, their retirement balance, their options in life, and they're shocked. They say, "How did this happen?" I'm here to tell you how it happened, because I've been watching it happen for more than 60 years. If you're feeling uneasy about money right now, if you're worried about the future, if you've worked hard your whole life but still feel exposed, there's a good chance I'm about to describe your situation better than you'd like. I've watched people handle money for over 6 decades. Friends, neighbors, business partners, investors, CEOs, people with degrees from the best schools in the world. And here's something that surprises almost everyone. Intelligence does not protect you from going broke. I've seen brilliant people live paycheck to paycheck. I've seen high earners with nothing set aside. I've seen retirees panic because the numbers didn't last as long as the optimism did. And I've watched people look everywhere for someone to blame: the economy, the government, Wall Street, their employer, their spouse, their parents, their kids, everyone except the mirror. Here's the painful truth most people don't want to hear. Their financial outcome was visible years before it happened, 10 years earlier, 20 years earlier, sometimes 30. The warning signs were there, but they were boring, and boring warnings are easy to ignore. Overspending a little, borrowing a little, putting off saving because next year will be better, chasing returns because someone else seemed to be getting rich faster. Nothing dramatic, nothing headline worthy, just quiet erosion. And then one day, time runs out. If you're watching this and thinking, "I've worked hard my whole life, why does it still feel fragile?" That's not bad luck, that's not fate, that's patterns. No, here's the good news. After watching success and failure up close for more than 60 years, I can tell you something reassuring. Going broke usually isn't mysterious, and staying financially safe usually isn't complicated. It doesn't require genius. It doesn't require perfect timing, and it certainly doesn't require getting rich fast. By the end of this, you'll understand why most people fail with money, what actually matters instead, and how to stop repeating the same mistakes, even if you're starting later than you hoped. I'm not here to cheer you up. I'm here to be useful. Let me be very blunt. My success has never been about brilliance. It's been about avoiding stupidity. That may not sound impressive, but it's incredibly powerful. I've watched people ruin themselves financially, not because they made one catastrophic mistake, but because they kept making small, foolish ones and refused to stop. High interest debt that never quite went away. Investments they didn't understand but trusted. Anyway, lifestyle upgrades that felt deserved but quietly locked them into higher costs forever. I learned early on that the first rule of money isn't how much you make, it's how much you keep. You don't need to swing for the fences. You don't need to be exciting. You need to stay in the game. Most people don't fail because they didn't hit a home run. They fail because they struck out trying to be clever. One of the most important habits I developed was this. I asked myself how things could go wrong before I asked how they could go right. If a decision had the potential to permanently damage me, I avoided it. That's not pessimism. That's survival. I want you to do something simple. Make a mental list of financial decisions that could permanently hurt you. High leverage, speculative investments you don't truly understand, guarantees that sound a little too confident, lifestyle commitments that assume everything will always go right. Then make a decision today. Stop participating in those games. People obsess over money, but money isn't what does the real work. Time does. Compounding isn't magic. It's patience, allowed to operate without interruption. And patience is rare. I've watched people sabotage compounding constantly, They panic and sell, markets fall. They chase returns when markets rise. They move from one idea to another because doing nothing feels irresponsible. It isn't. Doing nothing is often the hardest and smartest move. The market doesn't reward activity, it rewards endurance. The people who quietly did well were not the most informed or the most confident. They were the most patient. If you don't understand investment well enough to hold it through bad years, you shouldn't own it at all. Fear and greed have destroyed more wealth than recessions ever did. I've seen people sell at the bottom because they couldn't sleep at night. I've seen people buy at the top because everyone around them was celebrating. Neither decision was logical. Both felt urgent. Urgency is the enemy of good financial decisions. When emotions are high, judgment is low, the calm decision is usually the right one. Unfortunately, calm decisions don't feel exciting. They don't give you a story to tell at dinner before making any major money decision. Pause, wait 48 hours. If it still makes sense when you're calm, proceed. If it doesn't, walk away. That pause alone would save most people from their worst mistakes. Now, here's a truth that frustrates people. Earning more money does not fix financial problems. It exposes them. I've seen people double their income and still feel broke. Why? Because spending rises almost perfectly to match earnings. Without discipline, more money just means bigger mistakes. Frugality isn't about deprivation, it's about control, and control is freedom. I never tried to look rich, I tried to be secure. If your lifestyle depends on your next paycheck, you're not wealthy. I don't care how impressive your income sounds. People love to display success. Bigger homes, newer cars, more expensive habits. I've seen those same people quietly terrified when markets dip or income slows. True wealth is optionality. It's the ability to say no, to walk away, to sleep well at night. Status is loud. Security is quiet. If a purchase increases your stress instead of reducing it, it's too expensive, no matter what the price tag says. Let's clear up a few lies you've probably heard your whole life. You've been told, I'll catch up later. That's wrong. Time doesn't negotiate. Catching up usually means taking risks you can't afford to take. You've been told smart people always win with money. That's wrong too. Discipline beats intelligence every time. I've seen geniuses go broke and ordinary people retire comfortably. You've been told complexity means sophistication. That's nonsense. Complexity usually hides costs and risks. Simple plans survive. Fancy ones break. Here's the framework I've lived by, whether I named it or not. Protect your downside first. Simplify your finances until you understand every moving part. Be patient and let time do the heavy lifting. Stay rational when others are emotional. That's it. No secret formulas, no shortcuts, no tricks. I've watched people go broke for 60 years, and I've watched others quietly build security without drama. The difference wasn't luck, it wasn't timing, it wasn't brilliance, it was behavior. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this: you don't need to be extraordinary with money. You just need to stop being careless with it. And if you want more hard lessons like this, without the sugar coating, subscribe, and don't miss the next one.